All right, guys, we're going to do a food plot update today. I am finally getting some rain. This has been a drier than normal May, unfortunately, and I need all the rain I can get, especially right here. All my new ground, or this clover area, is all destroyed now, and there's not a lot of rotting biomass here, except the fact that I tilled the daylights out of this because there were so many weeds growing in here. I wanted to make sure I had an excellent kill off. So I went through here at least 6-7 times and really turned the ground up here. I normally don't do that, but this place right here needed it. So I'm tilling based on the needs that I see. I really sunk the tiller in as deep as I could get it, even though that thing's getting wore out. I definitely need to get a new one, but I've managed to pull out a lot of big rocks in here. I hauled off probably a bucket load of rocks on my front end loader and got rid of them. Started some new rock piles down there to haul out. I can see another big rock right there that I missed. So we'll make sure I can at least improve the root space for the new plants. And hopefully this right here will come in really thick and look nice. So let's see what's happened here to the food plot. Is everything working as intended? Do we have any mishaps here? And we do have one mishap, and you can see it right here. Groundhogs killed all that soybean off right there. The deer were doing their browse, and then the groundhogs swooped in and did their damage and killed off 80% of the soybean. They were coming in here to hide and using this as a walking trail to go back and forth. I've killed 2 groundhogs, and I went thinking there's only 1 left or 2 left to 4 now. And that's what happens when I bring out this soybean. It always tends to find an extra groundhog or 2 that I didn't think was here, but by golly, they're here. So I've got a lot of pest control to do to balance this out. And the faster I can kill these groundhogs, the better this plot will start looking, because they do some serious damage to food plots. All right, so this area is my section 2 zone, my experimental zone. Everything has actually come up the way I intended it to. Matter of fact, the deer browsed this last night. This almost looked like a carpet right here. And they've really bitten it back, which is fine. That means some other area of my food plot didn't get hit because of that. But the buckwheat's come up in here. It's thicker up here, thinner down here, and even thinner down there this time. So I'm trying different sow rates of buckwheat just to see how the soil improves based on the amount of buckwheats in the ground here. Section 1 is actually looking the best it's ever been. That's in its 3rd year of restoring. And so far, the only thing I've done as far as ground prep is I limed the daylights out of this, and I broadcasted 150 pounds of fertilizer up here in order to jumpstart this area here. This is looking so much better than what it used to be. Guys, I'm telling you, this ground up here was just flat out terrible. I'll show you what happens when you step outside this food plot. I try not to walk in here much. I don't want to compact my soil a lot. I'm trying to keep it as soft as I can for now. I'll let the deer do most of that walking. So when you get up here, this hayfield, or what used to be the hayfield, should be 5, 6, 7 feet deep in my good areas. This is barely 1.5 feet tall. Everything is tiny here. And there's all kinds of bare spots. So that's how poor this ground really is. And now I'm turning this into some good quality soil. This hillside has never grown well at all. And this is by far the best start I have ever seen up here in this section. Eventually, I'm going to get it to look like this without fertilizer. That's the goal. But 150 pounds, that's a lot less than what I was putting on it. Originally I had to put 350 on here. And the soybeans off to a pretty decent start. I probably could have put 200 on here instead of 150, but I'm trying to wean the ground as I do these soil improvement projects to see if I can do it without fertilizer at some point. But eventually I may have to step in here and throw maybe another 100 pounds out. I might have to, we'll see. But slowly but surely, this ground is getting to where I want it. But if you can tell, this is a lot smaller leaf, and you're going to be shocked at the difference. So see how small these are? This was the type of growth I was getting in the bottom area. Really sucky growth. So let's move on down. Let's go back to section 2. And let's see how well this is going to work as far as soil restoring goes. Let me get into an area that's not been really browsed so we can get some gauges on leaf sizes here. Dang, they've destroyed a lot of this. This had some good sized stuff on it. We'll have to walk a little deeper out here in the plot, I think. That section down here doesn't look like it's been hit, so we'll go to it. All of this right here has been hit. All right, this is, yeah, it's been hit, but maybe not quite as bad. All right, so look at this. See how much bigger that looks? These are all bigger, chunkier leaves. The growth rate looks very good here. Just the deer browsed a lot of my good stuff off last night, which is fine. That's the intent of this, is to get them as healthy as possible and give them something to eat on. So let's go down here. You can see I've had to completely redo this. All right, here is my little strip. This is my border end of my experimental zone. So everything from right here up is experimental. And let's see what we got. We got some different sorghums here. We have a black oil sunflower, mung bean, there's cowpeas in here, there's sun hemp. So look at all these different species. You got buckwheat right here, all within this little area. There's so many species growing right here. This will probably become a jungle. And I've got tall species mixed in here to help the cowpeas to vine up and grow up something to try to maximize my food coverage here. So I'm increasing my food output. This was all in clover in the past. So I'm going to go from roughly something 16 inches deep to something that can grow as high as 6 feet on some of this stuff. The tallest stuff will get 10 to 12 feet tall. So I am really, really amping up the tonnage in this strip. So it's like expanding my food plot without expansion, if you kind of catch my drift. So this is looking pretty good. I've had to add fertilizer here. This whole strip got a 50-pound bag. That's a lot for this little strip, but things have responded greatly to it, and I should have a very nice competing carpet in that area right there. And we're going to find out what deer like and don't like, at least in my area. So look down here, we're down to section 3. No fertilizer applied here. And look at the size of the sunflowers. There is just so much growing power in this bottom part of the food plot now. All these years of rock picking, hauling off I don't know how many loads of rocks out of here, Still need to do more, but just the way it goes sometimes. That is a very healthy looking sunflower. At some point they're going to eat that probably. If they don't, that's fine too. I'll collect the seed off of that, save me some more money. So let's go down here to soybean. Look at the first set of leaves for that. A lot bigger than section 1, bigger than section 2. Section 2 will probably look like this next year as I get another wave of crop rotation put on it. I'm also going to add some more trace minerals. I just got to get the money saved up to do that. They've went up $10 more a bag. That sucks. So that's kind of eating into how much I can buy, unfortunately. Let's look at the middle here. So you can see that crappy soil. Okra's coming in pretty good. Buckwheat's struggling a bit here compared to the other areas. See, as soon as you get past the clay here, we get bigger buckwheat. These were planted at the same time. Got one little sun hemp plant in there. The buckwheat has actually protected a little bit of my soybean down here. Not a lot, but some of it. So that'll give a few of these an extra shot of putting on a few more leaves. Let's go down here to a spot that's not been browsed. All right, see the true power here of good soil. Look at that. These leaves are so much better, and these are already branching off, so we're getting branches down here. None of the other soybeans doing that, but this looks fantastic. A lot of strong growing soybean right here. Deer's going to browse this. This ain't going to last much longer down here, but I might as well go ahead and film it. Look at those. Heck yeah. This is no fertilizer applied down here, and I'm getting growth like that. I mean, that is tremendous start for my soybean. I mean, guys, you may have better ground than me, but I'm gauging this off at how poor this soil used to be. This is a fantastic start. So the soybean will resprout in these areas. There's all kinds of stubble to where the deer's browsed it off, and it should come back with a vengeance, especially if I can keep getting some more rain. If I can get a good 1 to 2 inches of rain, this should really grow fast. So there's my update, guys. You all have a great day.